Hello, Mr. Lee.
Pete. Well, welcome back to Andertons TV, everybody. We got some blue amps with some wicker fronts and the word Laney written on the front, which is good because we like Laney amplifiers.
Absolutely.
So yes, this is a new range called the Laney Lionheart Foundry series.
Foundry.
And I believe 2024 is fast becoming the year of the Katana Fight Back.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think it is.
Where another brand has gone, you know what? It's not all about just apps and digital and
screens and USB
wireless
ports
and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's just about simple and good tone and affordability. So yes, we'll talk about the Foundry stuff, but just before, I just seen underneath here, if I flip this over here.
What does it say?
It's on the back of this nice Union Jack thing. It says 5-year warranty on the front.
What it
says is, it says, please like and subscribe to the Andertons channel.
It does.
That's the only way you can make the warranty work on your product, is to like and subscribe to the Andertons channel.
Yeah.
It says here, every 10,000 new subscribers that we get, we're giving away free pedals.
Yeah.
And it also says here, when they get to 1 million subscribers, they're giving away an actual real clone.
And also, notice down here says Andertons 2 channel is up, and you must subscribe to that if all you want to hear is just sounds and tones and nothing else.
We should make a promise. On Andertons 2, we will never ask you to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Ever.
We might write it in
the instant subscription. Anyway,
exactly.
Right. So, Laney Foundry is the Laney Lionheart range is an all-tube range of British guitar amplifiers.
Lovely,
Sound really great, but obviously a bit more expensive. So Foundry has kind of examined the topology of that circuit.
Careful, what's the word? Topology.
I know. So in other words, the kind of like, if you were to draw a circuit, that would be its topology. Where does the EQ go? Where does the gain stages go in relation to the EQ? And they've tried to take the tone of the valve Lionheart and using all analog componentry, but no digital componentry, replicate the sound and the feel of those amplifiers. So we have 3 amps in the range. I think they're all 60 watts.
All 60 watts. Yeah.
Obviously, the tiniest one here has a few less features, a smaller cabinet, but still a 12-inch speaker and a 60-watt power amp. Then we've got slightly bigger cabinet and some more features, and then we've got a 212,
which I haven't seen. A 212, vertical 212.
Very cool.
I mean, because when did it all happen that all stacks was all of a sudden? Was that a Victory thing? When Mick Taylor went, I like it when it's 212, or there was something.
There probably were some old Marshall, like really old stuff that you used to see. But you're right.
You didn't see them really.
For most of like the 90s and the noughties and stuff, 212s were horizontal, weren't they? Anyway, look.
I like to be horizontal.
That opening jam there, I don't know about you, Mr. Pete, but apart from my delay pedal, which was on, I was just using the distortion in the amp. Same. Okay, cool.
Absolutely. Same.
Well, let's go through Pete's amplifier first. So the amplifiers are all 2-channel. So you have a traditional clean and an overdrive channel. They've all got this separately foot switchable boost, which you can boost into the clean or the overdrive channel. They've all got a bit of EQ, but I think
3-band EQ.
I know it's the same EQ.
Yeah, it's all the same EQ, but with the tone control.
And you've got the digital reverb from their secret path reverb. So let's hear that one.
Yep.
And then all I'll do with this one is sort of take you through the extra features.
Yes, let's do that. So let me just set it to 12 o'clock, off bright on channel 1. And I really like that it's got a little dot there in the middle. Did he play for France?
I don't know. I seem to remember there was some sort of Pitbull rap over a Jennifer Lopez video where he sort of goes to tong 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 in the middle of the rap. But wow, I could be wrong.
I don't remember that. Yeah, you might be wrong. It might be something you've dreamt.
Don't get it confused, no. Now pump it up and back it up.
Yes, all I did in the beginning there was have a delay on. Which cost more than probably the amp itself.
Yeah, these are super affordable, if I didn't mention that already. Very much kind of going up against Katana.
Yeah, and that kind of thing. And that's, that's great. It's got on the back a little switch that you take from 60 watt up to, or down to 1 watt living room. So I'm having it on 60 watt. So I want to mention I'm playing one of these Ibanez Essentials, an 8SS, 299 quid.
Wow.
I like that colour. It's sort of a little bit naughty pink. See?
I'm going double pink today.
Double pink. Pink. What was that tricolore ice cream that we always had?
Neapolitan.
Is that, we call it tricolore.
Yeah.
Because that's a French way of saying...
Revolting combination of strawberry, vanilla and chocolate.
Nobody ever wanted the strawberry.
Exactly.
But I like a bit of the pink, but, Anyway, neck pickup, just everything on 12
Remember,
o'clock.
if this is all boring you, Andertons 2 is where you need to be.
Exactly, that's where you want to go. It's like, oh, God, click, subscribe to that one, unsubscribe to this one. I mean, honestly,
that is so impressive.
This is everything at 12 o'clock. It's a tone control as well, which I think is really cool because you get more nuances. And the reverb is at 12 o'clock. I just want to see what that sounds like all the way up. And this is a £299 guitar. Boom.
That's a good. We were saying just before we started filming.
Nice decay on that.
I actually think that I don't think you call it tuning or whatever, but like the size of that cabinet and perhaps the way it's ported or tuned or whatever is really projecting the sound in a deceptive way. You don't, almost to the point where you would naturally expect the bigger cabinet just to be better. But actually, I think I don't know if I need to turn this up more to feel, but in the jam, I really felt like your cabinet was pushing out the right guitar frequencies.
It just sounded great, man.
Really well.
Let's try this bright switch.
Because there's not too much bass, is there? No. It's very heavily accentuated in that sort of mid-range and lower mid-range,
Absolutely.
Which I think is almost where you want to be guitar-wise.
Everything's set at 12 o'clock and it's a nice sound, a nice tone you can get on with. With the bright switch up.
It may also be that whatever you play always sounds better than whatever I play, so it could be that.
I don't know, man. Is it in the fingers? Is it in the fingers? I like it with the bright switch up. It opens it up now. Bright switch off, bright switch on. It does have a bit of a mid-hump in it.
Yeah.
So if you do...
It's nice and subtle though, isn't it? Yeah. So it doesn't overwhelm.
No. So you do a little bit more treble, a little bit less bass, a little bit middle, bit of tone up. Wow, they work well, don't they?
It's a good sound.
It's a nice sound,
Before you go to the drive channel, sorry man, could we just... obviously it's got built-in overdrive and a boost and stuff, so you may decide you don't need any pedals with that, but the one thing I always like about either... well, tube amp's best, but analog second best, is they'll take a drive pedal quite naturally into it. Yeah. So let's just have a little listen.
Let's do that. I like that sound. That's a great sound. Just slightly drive from the blue side of the protein. little bit more drive on the green side. Played that out of tune a bit. And you know what, it's got an effects loop.
The green side.
Yeah, it does.
I was just about to say, does it have an effects loop?
It does have an
yours?
effects loop where you can put all your modulations and delay pedals in.
I would say as well, as much as I like the
Sounds good,
reverb
man.
in this as just a normal amp reverb,
Yeah.
all the way up, I would think I would rather use this reverb down and then a different reverb with it if I wanted to get that more atmospheric. But if it's got the effects loop, that's great.
Kind of
because the decay's not very long, is it?
The decay's not very long.
All the way up.
So you just have, let's see what it does just with the reverb pedal in the front. A bit of a flint, which again costs more than...
Turn that off.
Sounds nice.
And play that. It's like you say, the flint's more expensive than the amp,
Yeah.
but it does sound nice with a bit of extra
It does sound
reverb.
great, doesn't it? Let's,
All right, sorry.
do you want to just to see how much bass is in there? Middle. It's not overwhelming.
I
It's
think
like it's a little tweaky, and then it's fine. isn't it?
When you've got an amp that's relatively small like this one,
Yeah.
actually taking the mid-range out sounds like you're adding more bass, more than actually just adding more bass.
And then with the bright switch,
I really
I'm
like
impressed
that.
with that little. I think it sounds great, man.
And this is what we keep saying, isn't it? It's like, I know everybody loves their plugins and it's like, but that's what, just go to a little gig with that
Yeah, or
and a pedal.
It's like 1 watt.
A 1 watt,
There you
yeah.
go. It works for home.
Yeah,
You know.
okay, that's the point, obviously, of the 1 watt
Yeah.
switch, is just to give you a real small output for home.
Let's try this boost.
Boost into the clean.
Boost into the clean to see what
Okay.
happens. So let's start. Nice.
Works
Nice. That's great.
You're hitting 103 dB
Am I?
out of that. I mean, that was...
And that's not even. I mean, so boost is. We'll try 10. See what happens. Why not? And I'm only running on 5 o'clock here.
Apologies if we've put a plant in front of the decibel meter.
That was on 8 o'clock, so I'll turn that back off again. And
I don't think it necessarily sounds great when it's up that loud, but it was pushing some air.
Yeah. I mean, that's loud for a little lamp like that. And let's
It
jump
is.
to channel 2, and this is kind of the setting I had before. So you've got a bright and a dark mode on the gain setting. So lead, it'll be like 12 o'clock or 5, and then just 4 o'clock there. And with the...
Were you on?
So you got bright on the top.
In the middle is nothing, and then
Okay.
up was bright,
Bright
down was
here.
dark.
In the middle. boost this a bit.
Moly. Have you shown the dark setting yet? Or was
Yeah,
that
I did.
it
I
was on?
started in the dark.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't have a drum. Oh, it does have a drum
You
system.
know you can't start a fire when you're just starting in the dark, don't you? Just
Yeah.
be careful.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? Ooh, I've got a strong desire. What song is that? Bruce?
Bruce, yeah, Bruce.
That's. I mean,
Bruce
listen to those
Springsteen.
lyrics. It's so wrong. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? Ugh, I've got a bad desire.
Yeah, but this was back. He doesn't mean little girl, does he? He's just it's
I'm
an
on
affectionate
fire.
term for his girlfriend. You know, he's like surely.
Anyway.
It's a great tune.
It is a great tune, but lyrics a little bit down.
How I don't know if you you got the right guitar for this. What if the gain was up, mid-range down a little bit? I mean, can you give us some chug?
Can I give you some shock? I don't think it's that kind of amp, actually. I think
Pretty
it's
chuggy.
It's pretty chuggy. Pretty chuggy. I would say this is more in that
rock?
Lionheart sort of camp. I think it's not
Do you
really
think they need
this.
to do an Lionheart Foundry series?
That's exactly
and
what
then
they need
go-
to do.
Yeah.
If they haven't done it already.
So
I think it sounds great, man.
I mean, Laney Lionheart is their more metal
Yeah.
vibe range, and Lionheart was their sort of blues rock range. But man, I think that sounds great.
Doesn't sound great though. Hey? Yeah. I think
Very
it's great,
pleasantly
man.
surprised.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's light as well. Doesn't weigh very much.
So I'm not going to go through this in as much detail as Pete did. I'm using
We need to hear the effects,
a
man.
G&L ASAT something
Deluxe.
special,
Deluxe.
but deluxe.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's
So that's my clean channel. I can brighten it up. I probably would with some humbuckers. Add a brightness switch. I think this, you can hear, it's got a much more naturally scooped,
Yeah.
enhanced bass end, less mid-range.
Must be the cabinet.
Yeah, which you would sort of, sometimes I think you kind of want that in isolation because it perhaps makes the guitar sound a little bit more pleasant. But honestly, for like a gigging thing, sometimes you just want that bit more poke in the mid-range. You know?
Yeah, poke in the mid-range. I like a poke in the mid-range. I think the spring reverb could be, the decay could be longer.
Yeah.
We're not talking, we're talking a little bit.
If I go to the overdrive section, that's a good sound.
It is a good sound,
Probably
but see
too
when
much
the spring
reverb.
reverb is
A bit more gain. I haven't got the boost in yet, and I'm on the middle position EQ. Let's put brightness on.
sounds great, man.
Dark. Don't like dark with it. I think the pickups are naturally dark if you're using humbuckers anyway. I think it's like it in the middle. All of my EQ, by the way, is 12 o'clock. Oh no, bass is slightly over 12, but you know. I'm not sure now between the two. Look, you're the ones listening. You make a decision as to which one you think sounds your
It
personal
sounds different in the
preference.
room, though. It probably sounds more similar when you're listening to them.
So let's get on to the features that the bigger one has that the little one doesn't have. And on the top, it's really just the effects that come with it. So I've got a built-in chorus. Now, both of these effects are from the Laney compact pedal range. So again, they're good quality. So we've got some chorus here. Put a bit more reverb in as well. Let's have a little... bit more almost flangery than chorusy, isn't it?
I like
it's got
it.
that more sort of like whooshy sound underneath it. So that's that one. Again, I can adjust the rate and the depth. So if I want it to be really crazy fast, yeah. Oof, I don't like it. I don't like it that fast. Or we can flip it down here to tremolo, which is this.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
I was trying to remember the broken dreams chords.
It's the same chords as Wonderwall, yeah.
And obviously, again, that probably does sound a bit better, faster.
Bop, 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 bop.
So, that's built into here, which you don't get on this. I should say, these functions are all foot switchable, so boosts and channel changes and all that kind of stuff. But all the foot switch for these are optional extras, which again, if you go onto the Andertons website, you'll be able to see. So now I'm just gonna jump up, read what is on the back of this whilst you guys see a picture of it.
Jump up, jump up. It's the same with this one, so that might be easier for you to look at it.
That's a great shout.
I know.
Okay, so on the back of the two bigger ones, we have an XLR output, which is the speaker emulated output that Laney have designed for this, which you're about to hear. They put their own IRs in, so you've got three modes you can use the emulated out on. One is with the speaker emulation switched off, therefore you would use your own third-party device for that. Or you can emulate a 1x12 or a 4x12 cabinet. There's a ground lift switch over here. Now, this is another thing we were interested in playing around. Using the DI output, we were still getting sound coming out of the front of the speaker cabinet. And we were like, that might be annoying sometimes. Sometimes you might just want to silently record. And the way we got around that was actually if we plug a set of headphones in, which is the next control along here, it does mute the speaker, but the DI out still works, which is quite cool. Or if you do just want to listen through headphones, the headphone out also has the speaker emulation on it.
Clever.
Auxiliary in is a bit old-fashioned now, but yes, there's no Bluetooth. There's no way of streaming music to this via Bluetooth, so you need your oldie-fashioned cable to plug in, and then you can stream your music.
But it is stereo.
It is stereo.
And the headphone is stereo as well.
Yeah. And actually, you know what you can buy from Amazon and places like that for peanuts money is a little Bluetooth dongle that would then go in the aux in, and then you just stream into that. So
dongle.
Cool. Dongle. Effects send and return. The effects send doubles up as a line output. Then you've got your channel foot switching stuff. I don't know if is that the same on the small one? Have you got the same channel foot switching options?
I think there's 4 options on that one. Or 2 options.
God, there is as well. It's got loads, isn't it? So it really is just the DI output that's not on the small one.
Yeah, and the fact it's got an effects loop, and the saving the Katana doesn't.
100%. So yeah, your channel switching here, one of the foot switches does the boost and the channel, the other does the reverb and the effects. Then you've got your power mode to switch you between 1 watt and 60 watts, and then you just got your mains input. So loads of stuff,
yeah,
right?
Man. I think these are great.
I really do. So let's hear the DI out.
Yes.
So I am going to put my headphones in here so that I can't hear the speaker. Right, everything you're hearing now is the DI, and I've disconnected the speaker. Well, I've put the headphones in so I can't hear. So we're hearing the DI as well.
That was great, man.
It's on the 4x12 setting. Again, so this, if you're not familiar with this whole DI shenanigans, the two things that you would use the DI for. One is in a live scenario, you no longer have to mic up.
Yep.
So you can hear the sound coming out of here for yourself on the stage and just to give the whole sound a bit more fullness. But the main front of house system is going to get your XLR output from the back here, nice and easy. Or you might want to use it for recording, and that's the instance where you might not want to be able to hear what's coming out of here. You might just want to use the DI out, in which case plug the headphones in. But what's
Sounds
wrong
great,
with that?
man.
We could have a bit of tremolo again through the DI.
Stick it on the 112.
On the 112, good
Yeah.
shout. Where's that? Just got a little feed. Let's turn the tremolo
Yeah.
off. You can't hear it otherwise.
That sounds great, man.
Doesn't sound very different, does it? Let's go back to
Yeah,
412.
it's slightly fatter. More low end on it.
Yeah. Put the second channel in. It sounds
Sounds
fine.
great, man.
It sounds really good. Boost into the second channel, which I think were my favourite sounds on here. Can you chug? I think you might be right. It's maybe happier in the blues rock.
Yeah, it's not a chucky amp, man.
Too much reverb. And all over play. I'm not playing that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
hasn't
not
got that raspy attack, has it, that you
It
really
needs the
want?
distortion thing in
Yeah.
there, which it doesn't have. But I'll tell you what,
Like
if
I
you're
said,
looking for an alternative to any of the bus katana, because that's what everybody has,
Yeah.
I think this is a great alternative.
I might even, do you know what, I'm going to say it as well, and this is probably irrelevant, but you know, I think it looks better than katana.
Yeah, I like the way they look.
I mean, it's for a blues dad, it definitely looks better.
Yeah, for Blues Dad. Yeah,
but I
it's
love
got a
it.
bit of character, doesn't it?
Yeah. We could put an overdrive pedal
We
into
could.
the front of the...
We absolutely could.
into the front, so this is all still DI as well.
Yeah.
There's way more, it makes you realise actually there's not tons and tons of gain in here, is there? Or maybe it's the type of gain.
There is tons of gain. If you boost it on, yeah, I thought it was alright gain. It's enough gain. It's a rock gain.
Sorry, I'm just going between pedals and... well, maybe you're right, maybe it's got a similar amount of...
I like it, man.
Well, look, do you want to... Are we doing anything with the 212? Or
Do
are
we need
just,
to? It's
well, I mean,
it's
exactly the same,
It's exactly the same.
I tell you
just
what,
got two 12s in it, but
let's jam out.
Yeah.
But we'll swing the 212 in front
I
and
use
then we'll
that on
jam
there.
out like that.
Yeah,
And
okay.
there
that.
you are. So that's the Foundry series. Pricing, like I say, is incredibly good value. The small one starts from under £300. Links will be in the description below. You can go and find out what these are.
Yeah.
And they're in stock already, and I think they look super. So,
Laney, you're killing it.
yeah, they
Well done.
certainly are. Happy days.
Yep.
Right, let's go. See you next time. Au revoir.